So I finally got around to publishing the book I wrote about my Brompton Interceptor, how I built it, how I tuned it, all the details I could think of are in this book. Currently, it's only available in an electronic format. It's on Amazon. You can check out the link below. And if you can't link it, you can just search for it, Maximum Brompton, that's the title. And I'm curious about your opinions. If you don't have a Kindle device, you can download an app for free. That's what I use. I don't have a hardware Kindle, but if you have it, that's great. If you don't want to download an app, you can even read it in the browser. There is now such a thing as an in-browser Kindle. So I put everything, the whole story into this book of how I started out, how this project came about, what I did before this one. I had a birdie bicycle. I bought an electric scooter, and why I decided to do the whole thing, the whole project. I don't remember if I even gave the prices. The price for a kit like the one I started with a decent battery, it's probably going to be around 1,200, maybe 1,400 at worst. But I give you all the details of where to go, where to get all the parts, how to put it together. I'm very curious about your opinions. So please feel free to comment. You can comment on Amazon. You can comment on this video. You can also email me. There is an email link in the YouTube channel page. And so I just want to get some feedback. And as far as the paper version is concerned, I'm still working on that one. It's not so easy to put it together because you have to worry about the bleed, like printing correctly from corner to corner and all of that. And so I have very little experience with that, so I'm still struggling with that part. The print version is also a lot more expensive. This book has a bunch of color photos and illustrations in it, which are much more expensive to print in a high resolution format on glossy high quality paper, as opposed to just putting it out in an electronic format. I mean, I personally prefer to read everything electronically, but there are some people who would insist on having it on paper. And for those of you, I promise that I'm working on it. It's probably going to be done in the next week or two, unless something dramatic happens. So download the book and let me know how you like it. On to a different topic. I think that the attempted killing of Trump is a significant point on the timeline. It means a lot of different things, but I think what it means more than anything is that up until this point, the struggle against Trump and to have a communist takeover of entire North America and the entire EU and everything has been largely nonviolent. So what they did, what the communists have been doing, has been mostly to deplatform this, to censor, to bankrupt, to legally attack anybody who would be against them, anybody who is either conservative or nationalist, patriotic, whatever. So at this point, we are seeing the beginning of a different phase of this struggle. And I don't think this is going to be just one isolated incident. I think it's going to be seen as the beginning of a much more violent period. And other countries, especially France, but possibly also Britain, are very susceptible to this. I think France is already descending into a kind of a civil war. And so obviously I think about my return to the US and when I should go back. I don't think I want to go back before November before the elections. So I just want to see the outcome of those elections and how each state is going to vote. Unfortunately, my very long time base of New York, where I have lived for the last 40 something years, is probably going to go for either Biden, or if he's replaced by Harris or whoever, they are going to vote for that, which is highly disagreeable to say the least. But I just want to see which state is going to be. But on the other hand, once the vote is in, like by early November, I will have a better idea. I will see more clearly as to where I could land in the US. But I do have the feeling that waiting until the inauguration in January could be dangerous, because what Trump wants to do, to deport, I don't know, 5 million or 10 million or possibly 15 million illegal people, and I'm not even taking a position on whether they should or should not be deported. I'm just saying that if he's going to try to deport them, mainly from the cities, the big cities like New York and Los Angeles and all that, that's not going to go down easy. It's not going to be a peaceful affair. If you consider the first term of Trump, when we had all this violence with the Antifa and BLM and all these, in my opinion, sort of quasi-terrorist organizations, all of them violent, all of them attacking people. There were even some deaths involved in this. Once Joe Biden got in, all of that stopped. But if Trump gets in January, anything can happen. A new virus, there's going to be violence, no question about it. There's no way that, I mean, technically it's not possible for anybody to arrest 10 million or 15 million people and to get rid of them. Whether this is the correct step or not, I mean, irrelevant of that, it's just technically not feasible without violence. And you can absolutely expect the left that created this assassination to absolutely be there. Antifa and BLM and everybody is going to be there. And this is not even something that the police could accomplish, or TSA. This would have to be the military. The only agent in the US that could do this would be the military. So if this circus starts in January, I have the feeling it's probably better if I return maybe in December, November or December. And I really would not want to move to the Northeast to get my stuff out of storage and to move anywhere in the winter. I hate winter moves. There might be snow, ice, frozen weather, whatever. So maybe initially I'll just move to Texas or Florida or whatever. But in any case, I'll let you know when I get there. I don't see clearly. The only thing I do see is that I don't want to wait until a new government is sworn in, because that could be the beginning of some kind of a mini civil war.
I'll be back.